start over?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we're even gonna take this part.
All right. Well, Johnny was 2 years old, 2.5, and Willow was 7.5. And now Johnny's almost 5 and Willow's almost 10.
The cool thing is that when you watch the film, you don't really understand how much is scripted or how much is not scripted, because it feels, they're kids, so it feels really natural. How did you direct them? I mean, how did you?
Well, Willa, I've worked with Willa before, and she's really she's a natural actor. But Johnny he kind of went along with it because she was doing it. And so, and in a lot of ways too, she was kind of directing him from inside the scene. She understood what was supposed to happen. And so she would say, Johnny, come here. And she would deal with him as that character. And so he would just kind of play along with her. And he understood. There was one time when I asked him to go into a store. I'm like, now duck down and go, do this and all that. And he did it. And then later on I said, when she asks you how you got the lemon, tell her exactly what we did at the store, okay? And he goes, yeah. And so she goes, you got us a lemon? He goes, yeah, I ran into the store and I ducked down. Like, he just totally understood,
I had the very, very strong feeling, even watching The American Astronaut, that's just, maybe it's just my perception, but you do it to have fun.
Well, I definitely don't do it to make money. When I wrote The American Astronaut, I was doing it. I'd made a couple of short films. A couple of them were animated, and spent years, painting them and stuff. And then when I wrote The American Astronaut, I wrote it to where it was kind of foolproof. Like, I could make it in my apartment if I needed to. And but in the actual production, I mean, it was a bigger production, and being the person who wrote the music and acting and directing and everything, I probably had the most fun of anybody on the set, because it's wonderful to act and direct, because you get to deal with the actors and like really kind of play. It's like playing a game, and it's wonderful.
I love the retro feeling, but yet the laser pistol that pulverizes people. That was
Yeah, it was, with that one I was trying to make an office. I mean, that was, like simple special effects. You throw a bucket of sand in off screen. But I also wanted it to be the opposite of everything. So when he shot people, I don't know if you could tell, but egg white dripped out of his gun. So the opposite of smoke was like this drooling gun. It was fun.
Just a little side notes. I read your biography on IMDb. You started in a strange way. You were working in as a security. Am I correct?
Yeah.
But at the same time you were already writing scripts.
Yeah, I was writing. I was working in bars. I was the head of security, which you can't tell. Usually they get big guys to do that job, but they hired me for some reason. And I worked at a lot of different clubs in San Francisco, and I lived in a tiny little room. And during the days, I was always writing and storyboarding. I was very into storyboarding my screenplays, and a lot of what I was doing in the evenings it became part of the stories and part of the look of the film.
All right. Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Thank you.